I kind of had the so one thing I like to do, 'cause sometimes it's amusing, is take something very literally and see where it goes. And so it's like, yeah, what if AI was my team? No, really, what if AI was literally my team? What would happen, right? And one of the things I thought of was this council of experts. Like part of what I need in this work is advice, is just input and kind of that back and forth to chew on ideas and bounce things around. And so, yeah, I had this notion out on a run, came back, and I in a ChatGPT project, I said, you are a council of various experts, containing these personae. I was like, I want a knowledge management expert, and I want a learning and development expert, and a psychologist, and an organizational development, and blah blah blah. I think I put in like 8, and then, the first query I gave this group was, hey, you're here to help me. Who else should we invite to join this council? And AI was like, well, you need, blah 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 blah, and it's like 20 some odd personas. It picked names for them and gave them each a little kind of role description. And it's, and so the way I use this, and it's kind of this funny thing, right? Because it's just ChatGPT. It isn't actually 20 something different personas. I had wanted them to kind of debate or disagree, but it can't disagree with itself. But what it does do is it puts on different hats. Mm-hmm. And so it lets me inspect an idea from a bunch of different perspectives. And again, most of it's like ho-hum, and then every now and then you're like, oh, there's the goodie, right? Mm-hmm. That's the good stuff. And I use this all. So I have a personal ChatGPT account that I pay for, and then I have my work one, and I have a sort of a similar council of experts in each one, slightly different, right? And I bring it. This isn't the place to bring, like, what's the population of, Canada? It's like, I'm trying to think about how to help project managers feel more community, just bring it kind of a big, wide open thing. And it's wonderful. And I just go back and forth. And sometimes it just digs up a nugget of something that's like, yeah, I could have thought of that. I don't know if I would have, just because human limitations.
So it'll come out from a lens, like a learning and development lens. Here's what I would do. But if I were an organizational psychologist, I would say, like, this is the problem, or a community building expert or something like that.
The way it tends to work is kind of like, there's that rule in improv of like, yes, and like whatever the person before you does, you never just go, no, you kind of roll with it. It feels a little bit like that. Each one's sort of like, I agree with what she said, and I'll add, kind of the organizational development lens, or, psychology. And there's one of the personas is the overworked architect. And, he generally jumps in with like, don't forget, you've got 5 minutes to prove to me that this isn't a waste of my time, or I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
The answer can't always be more, right?
Yeah, the answer can't always be more.
You need the skeptic that's helping to push back on the enthusiasm of the other council
100%.
people.
Yeah. And it's just been a rich resource to just kick stuff around that's very blue sky thinking, generative. I mean, truly generative thinking. I use it all the time.
It's kind of in the neighborhood of the simulator you were kind of trying to build. Like, you can get reps with these different I know it's a little bit different, but like there's this kind of, how can I run a simulation first before I go put it in front of real people to sharpen my thinking? Totally.
And it, and it's sort of a way of maybe what it does is it enacts a certain thoroughness of thinking. Like, I want to, two things, a certain thoroughness of thinking. So think about it as a KM person. Think about it as a busy architect. Think about it as a psychologist.
CFO. Right.
I'm actually, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a psychologist. I don't even know entry-level psychology, but I bet you ChatGPT does. Right? So it's kind of the thoroughness, but also just access to basic, not amazing psychology, but like, 101 level. Fine. That's better than what I've got on board right now.
Isn't the traditional guidance to write it at like a fifth grade level, for example, right? Like it, and so I assume it's probably kind of in that realm with a lot of things because that's what it's basically trained on.
I mean, what else can it give but what it's trained on?
Yeah.
But you know what? It has read everything on the internet. I've read 1/1 millionth of what's on the internet, so it has a lot that it can show me.